Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video. I'm BENROW, and today I want to share with you my brand new gaming desk setup. I've literally just finished building this, and there's loads of cool products that I purchased to make it possible. So these are 14 of the best setup upgrades that are actually useful. Probably the coolest product in this video is going to be the Lego Game Boy set. This recently released and it only costs $50, which is insane value. It comes with these cartridges that let you switch out the games at the back that also have accompanying screen displays to match that. It's got all of the little details, including the volume knobs, the D-pad, the A/B buttons, and it's quick and easy to build with only 421 pieces. It's a set that is just big enough that you can complete in a nice and short time frame, and it's not going to take you weeks and consume your entire life. It also has a little display stand, which makes it perfect to go onto your desk to just add some character and little subtle accessories to help level things up and keep it on with that gaming theme. So for the monitor, I went pretty large on this. This is the Samsung G8 32-inch OLED. It's a 4K 240Hz panel, making this perfect for PC gaming, but also for my console. With support for HDMI 2.1, I can game at 4K 120 FPS on both my Xbox and also my PS5, and it has multiple inputs at the rear, letting me switch between these devices with the button at the back of the monitor. Not only is the size of the screen impressive, but also the quality of the colors and brightness. It is fully HDR supported, 10-bit color, and if you really want to, it does support picture-in-picture mode, so you can work on both your PC and game on your PlayStation, for example, simultaneously. But probably my favorite feature is actually the OLED glare-free coating on this thing. It has a slightly matte texture over the OLED panel, which helps diffuse the light and reduce reflections on the screen, which is actually really useful for when I'm filming videos or if I'm using this setup in the daytime and the windows are super light. For the headset, I decided to go for something a little bit simpler, but also great value because it works on every single console and PC that I own. These are the brand new Astro A20Xs, and they're multi-platform supported and compatible with my Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Bluetooth devices, and even my PC. Inside of the box is this dedicated switch that lets you connect multiple devices simultaneously, and then you can change between them with the press of a button on the headset itself. The design architecture of the Astro A20X takes the similar philosophy from the G522, which was released earlier this year, but only compatible on PC and PS5, but now levels it up with some slightly more pro features, more platform support, and obviously this switcher included inside of the box. And when you consider it's only about 30 to 40 pounds more expensive than the G522, it's pretty great value. Has the same microphone technology as the more expensive Astro A50X, but comes in at more than half the price. And you can even save 10% off all Logitech products on their official website using my code BENROW at checkout. This will apply to your basket, help you save some money to get your own setup for a little bit cheaper. This is a Govee bedside table lamp that's designed, I think, for kids when they need a nightlight so they can go to sleep easier, but it works awesome on your gaming desk. It costs around $40 and has a bunch of presets that you can switch between directly on the light itself. It can go really bright or really dim depending on how much ambient light you want, and it's just really relaxing. There's something about it that just calms the room when it's on, which I can't quite explain without sounding a little bit crazy. It's kind of like a modern day lava lamp. Now obviously the more devices you add to your desk setup, the more cables you need to manage. And also with this being a sit-stand desk, it's very difficult to be able to cluster all these cables together and run them down cleanly straight to the power plug. Some solutions I have in place is this little cable tray shelf hooked underneath the desk. This lets me hide a power extension inside of here to connect my monitor power supply, my PC power supply, my PlayStation consoles, and anything else such as the light, then only having one cable come down from the desk. And then using these cable chains that I'll leave linked down below lets me create custom length cable holders that I can then attach all the loose cables into, so then I just have one clean run down to the power supplies. This works so much better than the traditional cable sleeves that you can purchase, which are a little bit cheaper, but the issue with the sleeves is when you need to remove cables, you usually have to break the cable ties on them and then like reseal them, so it's just a little bit more difficult to keep up with frequent maintenance. For my gaming PC, I'm using an Aula F75 Max keyboard. This is a mechanical keyboard that sounds unbelievable. It's spec'd with the Reaper switches, which is just really creamy and sound insane when you're typing. The build quality on these OLED keyboards is absolutely insane as well. I used to be a bit of a Logitech fanboy when it came to my keyboard. I've now switched all of them out for these different Aula ones. You can purchase OLED keyboards in a bunch of different sizes, F99 Pro with a number pad, the F75, F75 Max with the cool additional display. They've even got some magnetic switches on their keyboards if you're more of a competitive player and want that instantaneous response time. These are also pretty cool, but you just can't beat the sound of the mechanical switches when you're typing all the time. In fact, if you're interested in purchasing an Aula keyboard, over on my official website with code BENROW at checkout, you can save up to 40% off. We have some of the highest spec switch types inside of our Aula F75s available, and we also have international shipping both in America, UK, and also Europe. My website has literally the cheapest price on Aula keyboards available. We beat Amazon by an absolute mile. Now, although I have dropped out my Logitech keyboards for these Aula keyboards, I do still love a Logitech mouse. In fact, I've recently been testing out the new Logitech Superlight 2C. This is the slightly smaller version of the famous Superlight 2. Also has a reduced weight at around 52 grams. It isn't the lightest mouse that you can purchase. In fact, the Aula SC800 is a lighter mouse, similar size form factor to this mouse, and beats it in quite a lot of specifications in that aspect. But I do like the unique feature of the PowerPlay compatibility on the Logitech mice. If you didn't know, you can purchase a special mouse pad for Logitech mice called the PowerPlay 2. Way cheaper than the first version. The first version was ridiculous, like $150. Now it's around 89 pounds. So half the price, and inside it has a little battery token that you can put into the back of the mouse, and then now it will charge 24/7. And also a dongle is built into the mouse pad. So now you literally will never have to charge your mouse ever again, and you have the shortest distance possible between your mouse and the receiver. The Logitech 2C is definitely a great option for any of the younger gamers that are watching my videos. It's just a little bit smaller, so if your hands aren't full size yet, it just feels a little bit more comfortable and less of a strain. And again, you can save up to 10% off all of the Logitech products mentioned in today's video using code BENROW at checkout on their official site. Switching our focus briefly off of the desk for a moment, I did pick up some awesome value shelves on Amazon. They were really cheap, about 80 pounds for the most expensive, largest size, about 60 pounds for the smaller ones. And they have LED light strips built into each of the cubes on the shelves to help display and showcase different collectibles and items that you want to have in your room. Very easy to construct and also hook all the lights together because they're pre-built into the shelves. Been a great way for me to just take things off the desk that I'm not using, such as that Lego Game Boy, and put it on display, or even other gaming accessories like a Nintendo Switch or my Xbox Handheld. I could put it to charge on the shelves and keep it as a bit of a docking station. Obviously, my gaming monitor doesn't have any built-in speakers, so I needed some form of a solution for when I don't want to always be wearing my headphones when I'm using my computer. In the past, I've tried things such as the Sonos Beam 2 soundbar, literally a full-size soundbar that you would have on your TV. I had on my desk just to get that high-quality bass and good audio from my computer monitor, which worked perfectly fine, but it did take up quite a large amount of surface area. Whereas more recently, I've been using this Marshall Emberton 3, which is a lot smaller, just as loud, and also has amazing sound quality considering its size. Regular viewers of the channel will know that I am actually a guitarist and I love Marshall amplifiers. I have loads of them, but I only recently discovered that they have their own lifestyle range, which are home speakers branded just like their guitar arms, and they just look so cool. The aesthetic of the speaker also matches my new PC case beautifully, with the gold accent on the button, ties in with the buttons on the Fractal Design North case. I guess this transitions us perfectly to talk about my new gaming PC. I have a huge problem with overspeccing and building computers that are just way too powerful and big. And for the first time in my entire life, I built something nice and simple that just wasn't too in your face. I was just getting a bit sick of loads of RGB and crazy lights on all my computers. They just looked a little bit tacky and just ruined the aura of the room. Whereas this new case that I got, which is the Fractal Design North, has this beautiful wooden walnut veneer on the front that just ties into some of the little accents that we have in this room since we renovated it. It has a simple design and it's understated, so you would have no idea that it's actually a beast gaming PC that can play whatever game you like at max settings. This is a mid-tower PC case and it was very easy to build in. Inside, the specs aren't too crazy. I've got an AMD 7600X 6-core CPU with an MSI 5070 GPU, perfect for 1440p at high refresh rate gaming. Can also play some games at 4K if you wanted to. Arc Raiders with no DLSS support and frame generation could hit 140 FPS on max graphic settings. Leveraging NVIDIA DLSS, you could boost this up on a 4x multiplier and achieve over 330 FPS, which is insane. Fortnite on epic graphic settings with DLSS on 130 FPS. Cyberpunk 2077 with ray traced overdrive enabled and DLSS on a 4x multiplier was 180 FPS and looked incredible. And then finally, Battlefield 6 on ultra graphic settings, DLSS 4 frame generation enabled on a 4x multiplier, over 200 FPS. And you could probably build this exact system for yourself for around $1,200, $1,300 at a purchase depending on current market prices. For my PS5, I was very lucky and managed to get my hands on one of these 30th anniversary PS5 Slims. This has a bunch of hidden Easter eggs all over it, and it's limited edition with the classic OG PlayStation 1 color scheme. It has its own unique faceplate with the original PlayStation logo, and also a glossy gray down the center instead of a glossy black like on the regular PS5. Included in the box is also a vertical stand that's limited edition and a different color, and its own unique controller complete with charging cables with special logos on them and also different color schemes. This only costs around 30 to 40 pounds more than a regular PS5 Slim, so it's great value, especially when you consider a vertical stand is about 30 pounds anyways. There's also a poster that's two-sided that I will be putting up inside of this room. In my last video, everybody voted for side 1, but we'll do one more set of votes, and whichever wins, we're going to put that up on the wall. So let me know in the comment section down below. This is probably my all-time favorite PlayStation I have ever purchased. It is so cool, and it matches this setup perfectly with the gray tying in with my gradient gray on the keyboard, the gray that I've painted my walls. I couldn't ask for anything more perfect for this minimalistic vibe. One final addition that lets me enjoy my desk setup away from my desk is the new Xbox ROG Ally X. Obviously, everybody calls me out for being an Xbox fanboy, so I did need to feature some Xbox products in today's video, and this new handheld I've been really enjoying. It's so much better than the white Xbox ROG Ally. It's got good performance. The other one just can't play the games that I want it to. This just lets me sync it up to my PC. I can use my Xbox Game Pass subscription, pick up and continue some games away from the desk, then those sync via the cloud straight onto my PC to continue those play sessions whenever I'm located back here. Now, of course, there is the PlayStation Portal with cloud streaming that also achieves the same thing for Sony players, but this is a hardware device, so it renders the game directly on it. Let me play it offline, which is what I want. When I'm traveling, I don't always have access to the internet. I'm not always connected. So I want to be able to just play things in that downtime that I otherwise would miss out on because I might be too busy, because I'm away working and I just don't have the time to play. In fact, if you want to see my full review of the Xbox handheld and why you should avoid wasting your money on the cheaper console, you should check out this video next, because if you like this, you'll like that.